you know, you got to admit when you're wrong, right? And I'm not somebody who is averse to admit I'm wrong. I have some strong opinions. Sometimes I'm wrong. But just like in baseball, you know, it's not about what you miss. It's about what you hit. And I'm just going to say my batting average was spectacular this weekend. I was wrong on one thing, and I'm going to give him his credit. I definitely was sleeping on Tua. I saw everything I wanted to see from Tua, everything that I thought I wasn't seeing from Tua, on the run, arm strength, accuracy. Yeah, he's really good. I saw it all. But I also saw some other things this weekend, Cole. And I know I was right about that. But let's talk about the Dolphins and Tua first. Like, let's give them their flowers before I get on my own personal victory lap. They look spectacular. And I said this on Twitter. Tyreek Hill is like, what if you made prime Antonio Brown the fastest man in the world? Like, that is basically what we're watching, because it's incredible. He just dominates every game from a 5'8" height stance. It like nobody can do a single thing. He's better than he was with the Chiefs right now. And he was excellent with the Chiefs. Like, he was the best wide receiver in football with the Chiefs. And he is so much better than he was on the Chiefs with the Dolphins right now.
Hey, remember when everyone said he'll never put up the numbers he was putting up when he was with Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs? Remember when people were saying that?
Yep. He's put up better numbers. Like, already. We was clowning on him. Oh my God. Going from Pat Mahomes to Tua with the arm strength jokes. We really, like, there are some bad takes when that Tyreek trade, and don't forget, trade and contract, because the brother got $30 million, and I can make the argument he's underpaid.
He is underpaid. He's vastly underpaid. Extremely underpaid.
He is excellent. Tua, to his credit, has done everything he needs to do to make sure Tyreek Hill can reach his potential and more. I think he's actually, this is going to sound crazy to say, he's better for Tyreek Hill than Pat Mahomes. Not saying he's better than Pat Mahomes, but he's better for Tyreek Hill than Pat Mahomes. Because when he's left-handed, that seems to do something for Tyreek. Like, they seem to play off of that well with how defenses have to be inverted every week when they go against Tua. And Tua's just really good at being on time and getting that ball to you in stride in a way that Pat Mahomes does not do. And boy, oh boy, like, again, it's like, what if you made the best version of Antonio Brown the fastest man in the world? That's what it's like watching on Sundays.
I'm glad you got your spiel out the way. Because what I said, the Miami Dolphins are going to win this division. And I said, Tua is better than you think he is. You wasn't trying to hear it.
I was not.
You was not trying to hear it in the moment. You're like, dog, you're crazy. Crazy. They're not going to the division. You're crazy. Tua, that was you. And I just want to, hey, listen. He looked like the best quarterback in the world in week one. Now, granted, it's week one. Weird stuff happens in week one. We know that. A bunch of crazy stuff's gonna happen the first week. Guys ain't really playing the preseason. Guys gonna look rusty. We're gonna get into all of that. But man, I told you, as long as he stay healthy, they're going to win that division. I always felt like they were the most underrated and just kind of overlooked team in that division. And people slept on him because he got hurt.
Specifically in my take, where I went wrong was I didn't think the health of Tua mattered, because I didn't think he was that much better than like a backup quarterback. Like, yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong. That's going to go into the Hall of Fame. Bad Quincy takes, along with Kyler Murray, will be a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson in 2019. Right? I said that right before he won the MVP, by the way. Like, it was a rough year. The Browns were terrible. Baker was terrible. We thought he was going to be good. It was a rough year, you know? And so I had a couple bad takes that year. But that goes into the Hall of Fame. Bad Quincy take. I have to take the L on that. Tua, much better than Teddy Bridgewater. I would say.
It's such a crazy thing to have to say. Yeah, he better than Teddy. He better than
Yeah,
Teddy.
he's much better than Teddy. I can't believe I was really trying to argue that. Okay, my bad. That was wrong. All right, so I admit I'm wrong there. Can we talk about the Chargers? Can we talk about the Chargers, Cole?
No, we ain't got to talk about the
No,
Chargers.
no. We got to talk about Chargers, man. First of all, first before I get to what I want to get to, how many names on that Chargers defense do you recognize for them to be that ass? Okay, like it makes no sense that they are that bad. They got J.C. Jackson. They got Derwin James.
We talked about
Eric
this.
Kendricks. They got Khalil Mack. They got Joey Bosa. They can't stop a thing on that defense.
We talked about this when we talked about that. We said it's a bunch of names and it sound good on paper, and then you watch them and you like, hey, these dudes stink, bro. These dudes are terrible.
Like, is it Brandon Staley? Like, what is going on? Like, Khalil Mack was good in his last stop. What is going on? He was non-existent. If nobody told you Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa played for the Chargers still, you would have just assumed they were hurt. Because the only edge rusher that made an impact was like a backup edge rusher for the Chargers. Jalen Phillips was like the best edge rusher in the game that had him, Bradley Chubb, Khalil Mack, and Joey Bosa. It was Jalen Phillips. Like,
hey, they in for a rough one, man. With that defense, they in for a rough season. Justin Herbert, it's only so much he can do, dog. It's only so much that offense can do.
Let's talk about your boy. Let's talk about your boy.
I know. Go ahead.
Justin Anthony Towns in the building. All right. Because what happened at the end of that game, man? See, I rewatched that. I just rewatched that game, and I was like, oh, yes, I'm so right about calling them the Timberwolves. I'm so right about this Karl Towns take. Because you saw what happened at the end of the game, Cole, right? Do I need to refresh the audience?
You don't need
I'm gonna refresh the audience. So
why you doing
2 minutes. 2 minutes
why you
left.
Up old stuff? Why you bringing up old
2
stuff?
minutes left in the game. The Dolphins scored the go-ahead score to go up 6. We'll go up 2. They kicked the extra point. They missed the extra point. The Dolphins are only up 2 with like 1 minute and 45 seconds left. All Justin Herbert has to do is get to field goal range. That's all he has to do. They started that drive on the 30. You know where he ended that drive? On the 20. He got negative 10 yards. Okay. This is why I call him Karl Towns, man. All you had to do is get a field goal. That's all you had to do. We wasn't asking for nothing crazy. Just get a field goal. The Dolphins defense was giving up points all game too. Negative 10 yards. You could blame it on the offensive line. You could blame it on whatever. But that's my point. Every time it comes down to one of these situations, something happened. Just like with Karl Towns. It's always something else, right? It's never Karl Towns' fault. But it's always something happening to the Timberwolves that, like, why can't they win that game, man? Like, once Tua started firing back in that game, you knew it was cooked. You was like, I don't care how many points the Chargers score. The Dolphins are winning this game. And this was at home for the Chargers. But yes, continue on, Cope.
Can I say something now? See, my issue with the Justin Herbert discourse wasn't the points that you were making. It was the NBA comparison that I'm not going to let you get behind that. I'm not going to let you get behind that because he's better. He's better at his sport than Karl Anthony Towns is at his sport.
Karl Anthony Towns is the best 3-point shooting big of all time if you let him tell it.
If you let him say that, yeah. Exactly. He should. That's not a good comparison. That's my only pushback I gave you. In my opinion, a more accurate comparison.
I'm down to hear this.
Paul George.
He gotta have one good playoff game before I give him Paul George.
Hey, listen, Paul George has had some
Paul George is worst.
Paul George has
Yeah.
had some of the worst postseason meltdowns we've seen a star player have.
Oh yeah, he's had them, but like also he had some good playoff performances early in his career. Like 24 Paul George, that was a different man than PG-13. like once he switched that number to 13, he kind of became a meme. But like Paul George, number 24 on the Pacers with the Roy Hibberts of the world was balling versus the Heat.
You know what you forget about that PG-13, PG-24? You know what you forget about that?
What?
Those 2 back-to-back seasons, Eastern Conference Finals against Miami Heat, back-to-back Game 7s. He was nowhere to be found when they were trying to win that series.
We was just so surprised he got to Game 7 to be critical of the Game 7. So yeah, maybe you got a point. I think right now we're in the PG-24 era with Justin Herbert, where we're like, hey man, he's doing a lot with the Chargers. So we're not really looking at the flaws, but in a couple years we gonna be like, hey, when's he gonna start? And it's crazy that he plays for the NFL Clippers. Like franchise-wise.
Isn't it perfect? It's the perfect comparison. It's the perfect comparison. Justin Herbert is NFL Paul George. If you just look at him, like if you look at Justin Herbert and what you want in a quarterback, you like, he
got it all. He'll wing, he's tall, he can throw the ball, he can run a little bit. Paul George got everything you want. Yeah, okay. I see where you coming. Just calling him Carl Towns is funnier. You know what I mean? Like
it's too disrespectful for me to get behind. I'm like, come on, bro. We can't do that. We can't do that. That's wrong. That's wrong.
It's just funnier though. Like and you know what? It is similar too, because every year we're like, this gonna be the year the Clippers gonna get to the finals. This gonna be the year the Clippers gonna get to the Eastern Conference Championship. And what the Clippers always do, lose in the second round. If they get to the second round, they lose in the second round. Like, all right, that's a more accurate comp. I will give you that. I still think Carl Towns is funnier. like
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying it's not accurate. That's all.
We gotta have a balance here. You know what I mean? Officially, I believe what Cole said, but if the moment comes on Twitter, you know what it is, man. I gotta hit that Carl Towns button, man. But you're right. You're right. That is 100% a better comp. That is a way better comp. Football Paul George. That's better. It just ain't as funny because Paul George carries some esteem with that name. Carl Towns is like, oh yeah, we know what time it is. Like,
okay, we here for jokes. Okay, this is what we doing.
Hey, people from Minnesota must hate me if they ever run into my show because I am nonstop on the Carl Towns slander and nonstop on the Kirk Cousins slander.
Hey, he deserved it after what happened yesterday. He deserved it.
Dog, he lost to Baker Mayfield.
He lost to Baker, dog.
In an opening game. I ain't never seen Baker have a good opening game. Like,
bro, he never had a good opening game in Cleveland. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Because no, he was all right the first game in 2021 versus the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, it was the end of that game.
Yeah.
That I remember.
Yeah, if I go back, 2018, he didn't play the first game in the rookie year. It was Tyrod, so nothing there. 2019 was a disaster versus the Titans, an absolute disaster. By the way, another thing I was right about, but we go get to that. I'm gonna leave that thread there. I'll come back to that one. 2020, he was terrible in that game versus the Ravens. 2021, he was decent versus the Chiefs and trash for the rest of the season. And in 2022, he was pretty dog shit in that first game versus the Browns until the Browns decided not to cover deep anymore. So, he has a terrible track record in these games. It's shocking that they just let it happen. But swinging back to the thing I was right about, and the thing a lot of people were right about, and look, I'm not going to dance too much on this because the Browns play them on Monday. We told y'all about them Kenny Pickett preseason takes, man. We told y'all, hey, you might want to relax a little bit. It's real easy to look good in the preseason when you run the offense. It's real easy to look. They ain't want to listen to us, Cove. And I take 100% joy in the fact that all of those fans that were pumping this dude up because of the preseason were also sitting in that stadium when this happened because it was a home game, Cove. The 49ers beat the Steelers like they stole something. And people really like, the thing that gets me is that people swore that this Steeler team was going to be good, and what they cited as their reason for believing this was preseason football. And people were saying something, but like enough people were like, yeah, that sounds right. Like nobody really was questioning that at a high level. If this stuff's going to be there, Kenny Pickett looked like a rookie against San Francisco. Also, man, I felt bad for Pat Peterson because I thought he played a good game, but every time Brandon Ayuk got one-on-one with him, it was a disaster for him. Brandon Ayuk, like, I don't know. It was clear to me, Brandon Ayuk don't like Pat Peterson. Like, something must have happened in Arizona, dog, because it was disrespectful how he was getting. He made him fall, and then he just mossed him for one touchdown. Like, he mossed him for one touchdown and then broke his ankles on the other one. That man don't like him. That man don't like him. By the way, Brandon Ayuk, I think he went off for 130. Christian McCaffrey went off for 160. This was also supposed to be the other lie I felt like was being told about the Pittsburgh Steelers was that this was a Super Bowl caliber defense. Bullshit. It's not. It's not. Nobody would look at that roster on any other team and think that's a Super Bowl caliber defense. It's a good defense. It's a very good defense. It's not Super Bowl caliber. It's not, we're going to carry Kenny Pickett to the playoffs good. And Brock Purdy diced him up. And look, Brock Purdy, he might be much better, but like, Brock Purdy diced you up.
Just so I'm clear. Brock Purdy and Kenny Pickett were in the same draft class, correct?
Yeah. First quarterback taken versus the last quarterback taken.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is this about the Steelers. Like you said, the Browns play them on Monday, so I ain't gonna get too deep into the slander or anything. It's like I said, it's week one. Weird stuff happens. Maybe Kenny Pickett will be better. I think the way that they have to play to win games is not what they did yesterday. They need to run the football, and they need to run the football. Kenny Pickett threw what, 46 passes yesterday?
42.
42? Way too many. It's not.
Here's the problem.
It's not gonna work.
Here's the problem with Pittsburgh. They're not that good at running the football. Like, that's the problem, though. Like, Najee Harris, have you watched him? He's like watching a tractor trailer play football. Like, he has no second gear. Like, every time he gets into open space, he just doesn't accelerate. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like watching, remember, what was his name? He played for South Carolina. He had the terrible knee injury. Like something Lattimore?
Was it not? It's not Marshawn. What was his first name? I know who you're talking about. Though. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his first name.
The comment section will have our back here. But it was like watching that dude when he returned to play football. It was clear he had no burst in them knees.
Yeah, it was over.
Like, I'm interested to know what Najee's 40 time was, because like I saw him in the open field and like, yo, he can't burst. Like, he just can't get to the second level. And Jaylen Warren has no vision. So like, what are we doing here? If that's the run game that's supposed to carry you, it's not good enough. They're one-dimensional. They're one-dimensional in the pass game. People were telling me all offseason, hey, man, Kenny's going to attack the middle of the field. That's going to be the big difference. Kenny's going to be in the middle of the field. They didn't attack the middle of the field not one time. They were doing unders, same bullshit they've been doing all the time, because they know it ain't really changed, because Kenny's still Kenny. Kenny's still Kenny. I said before this game, whoever loses this game is likely going to be on fraud watch for quarterbacks. Kenny Pickett, welcome to fraud watch. You're on the list. We'll see if you are a fraud. Hell, Tua just got off my list, which is crazy because he probably should have been off a long time ago.
He should have been on there in the first place. He should have been on there in the first place.
There were a couple games where it was like, all right, Tua. Like,
don't try to do that. Tua, you know who was with you from the beginning. I was with you from the beginning.
Tua, is
Two and nine.
crazy.
Just know. I was
2-9.
2-9.
It is Miami, Florida. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that half is over there. But yeah, I would say Kenny Pickett. Like, again, it's a tough assignment. It's the San Francisco 49ers. You're not going to play them every week. But the thing I would be concerned about if I were the Pittsburgh Steelers isn't necessarily how much he didn't have success. It's why he didn't have success. Derek Ball, who covers the Steelers, does a great job breaking down their film, was like, hey, guys were open. Deontay Johnson was open the whole game. Kenny refused to find him, right? And that's the stuff that makes me go, oh, there's a problem, right? Because that was the shit with Baker Mayfield. Can't find guys. Doesn't wait. Bails out the pocket. It's an issue, man. It's an issue. Kenny Pickett, those issues did not go away. And I tried to tell Steeler fans this. Young quarterback problems don't just go away simply because more time passes, right? Baker Mayfield's issues in his rookie year were the issues that drove him out of Cleveland in 2021. The same issues. The lack of self-awareness, the lack of an ability to read defenses, the lack to stay calm in the pocket, the flight-footedness, and the lack of athleticism to get away with his play style. This stuff that comes up in the rookie year, that stuff rarely changes. You have to make the determination very early on. Is that stuff going to be something that we can't win with? Because it's not going to change more than likely. Unless your name's Tua, unless your name's Tua and I'm evaluating him. Because, okay, wrong. Completely wrong about Tua. Okay.
I'm just happy you acknowledge that. You've acknowledged it multiple times. Like, hey, man, I missed on that one. That was bad.
That was bad.
I appreciate that.
I tell people all the time, I didn't think Pat Mahomes was going to be good coming out of college. Like, it's sometimes you're just wrong. You know? I wasn't all the way wrong. I wasn't one of these jokers that thought Mitchell Trubisky was the right pick, but I thought Deshaun Watson was. I wasn't all the way wrong on that one. I just didn't believe in Pat Mahomes, partly because I didn't watch that much Big 12 football. You know, sometimes the process was failed. Okay, for this one, the process failed me. I apologize. We're going to move on. All right, Tua. And look, you could have a 3-interception game. I would leave that alone, dog. Like, I ain't even going to be there on that one, you know? Now, he throw three interceptions in games in a row. That something got shake. But until we get to that point, we ain't at that point. But yeah, that's what I thought some of the key things in the weekend for me. Was there anything in the weekend that stood out for you?
To be honest with you, the quarterback play across the league, with a couple notable exceptions, Tua being one of them, really was just poor all around. To be honest with you. Like, everybody, like, most of the guys you expect to be really good, and obviously Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen haven't played yet, so we'll see what they look like. But, like, a lot of guys was just bad. Like, Lamar wasn't very good.
Todd Monken. That's another one. That's another W in my look. If I gotta admit my L's, I'm gonna take my W's though.
Go ahead,
take the win. Todd Monken. I told y'all about that one. You know, I told y'all, hey, it's not gonna be a seamless transition into that offense, especially trying to Frankenstein into their run game thing. And unfortunately for the Ravens, they got a bunch of injuries in that game, so who knows what they're gonna be for the rest of the year.
Steelers had some injuries in their game too. That I think about.
Cam Hayward went out. Deontay Johnson went out. We'll see if they play on Monday.
If they don't play on Monday, if both of them are out on Monday, that might be significant. That might be significant.
I am excited to see Martin Emerson versus George Pickens because I think there's a high possibility that fight breaks out.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'll put it to you like this. Whoever's team is losing, that person is starting the fight. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those DK Metcalf situations where like,
hey, what's wrong with DK, bro? What's wrong with DK? Man?
He's sorry. He's a sore loser. Like,
hey, you too big to be a sore loser, dog. I'm sorry.
By the way, my Geno Smith take might be real.
Yeah, I might have been wrong. With the Seahawks.
My Geno Smith take. It's week one.
You know,
it's early.
It's week one.
But my Geno Smith take might be real. I'm just saying.
I saw the highlights of that game. I was like, oh.
I was watching it. I was like, Matt Stafford is clearly the better quarterback. Geno's in trouble. Like Geno is in trouble.
Hey, no, you see what Geno did when Aaron Donald was right front?
Oh,
Oh my God.
he just like me. Okay.
Exactly like me. No shame.
The way I'm throwing an interception, here, take it. No. Aaron Donald coming at me with the free run. Another victory lap. And I think we'll talk about this more in the quarterback video. Who was the best rookie quarterback this weekend? Who looked the most pro-ready? I told y'all in April he was the most pro-ready. They're like, Quincy, he can't even throw the ball. Quincy, he's clearly a 5-year project. All them 5-year projects ended up being good before the pro-ready guys. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. It took Tua finally, 4 years to get to that level with Justin Herbert? And Justin Herbert was the project guy in that class? I'm just saying. Pro-ready ain't what y'all think it is no more. Okay? It ain't what y'all think it is. AR5 was out there throwing some heaters, looking good, running the ball, looking like fast Cam Newton.
Hey, one thing about AR though, somebody got to tell me, hey, bro, I know you big, I know you strong and all that, and that's great. You got to stop taking these hits, bro.
What's up with all these quarterbacks that taking hits, man? Because I thought they ran Jalen Hurts on a halfback dive when he fumbled that ball versus the Patriots. They ran him on a halfback dive.
Ooh, Jabril Peppers hit that man so hard, bro.
Because Jabril Peppers could not believe that he was running through the A-gap. Like, could not believe that they sent him through the A. He was like, what? And look, if you've ever played Madden, quarterbacks fumble easy, dog. You can just get them with that hit stick, and that's what Jabril Peppers did. Yeah, man. We forgot that quarterbacks need to slide because, like, Deshaun wasn't sliding for whatever reason. Neither was Jalen Hurts. Anthony Richardson was actively pursuing contact at times.
Hey, bro, I'd be like, hey, I love it. I love the mentality. It's great. You got to stop doing that today. Stop.
Yeah, nah, you gonna have to you have to slide. Even though, like, to AR5's credit, every time somebody try to tackle him, he stay on his feet. So like, it ain't like he getting down to the ground. Well, yeah, I thought he looked significantly better than the other two rookie quarterbacks, but we'll talk about that in the quarterback rankings. It was an interesting week of football. And, look, I was wrong about Tua, but I feel like there was like 7 other victory laps I could took in this video. But I am a humble individual.
Let you tell it.
Yeah, let me tell it.
Let you tell it.
Let me tell it. I'm a humble individual. And I will even title this video in order to humiliate myself so y'all can get y'all kicks in. Because I know how it is, man. Look, I go 7-1. Y'all want to make fun of the one. I get it. Not the king don't go down every week. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I'm about to start calling you streaming Carl Anthony Towns.
No, don't do that. I actually win my shit. What do you mean? Hey, my picks under pressure are great. What you mean? Like, what you mean? I don't miss my free throws. All right. Are there some 3-pointers that were open that I missed? Yes, sure. But when it come down to it, I'll be making some difficult layups, man. There were some difficult predictions in that one. Anthony Richardson being pro-ready was not an easy prediction. That was a Jokic 3. All right.
Hey, I give you that one. You got that one. He's on top of that one.
But I say, Carl Anthony Towns ain't did nothing that impressive. Okay.
Hey, the Carl Anthony Towns slander is getting crazy.
Somebody is watching this video. One day, Carl Anthony Towns is going to win a championship and show you all. And I'm just like, no, he won't, dog. Like, I will never pay for these Carl Anthony Towns jokes. This is free credit. Like, I don't ever have to pay this shit back, dog. It's always going to be good. Making fun of Carl Anthony Towns is like taking out a PPP loan in the pandemic, man. Everybody tell you they gonna get you. Nobody got him. You know what I mean? Like, it's still free. It's still free smoke. Like,
Oh Lord,
Carl Anthony Towns gonna make you pay. When? Like,
man, we managed to get a PPP reference in this video.
yes, sir. Something about Carl Anthony Towns and PPP loans like makes sense. Like, I don't know what about that combination makes sense.
We'll figure it out.
We got time. It's not like we ever gonna pay for these Carl Anthony Towns jokes. Yo, you at home can get these like, I don't know why people don't join the fun. These are free smoke, like free smoke. It's like when Skip Bayless got that pointless joke in on John Gruden. Free smoke, baby. You just gotta take the free smoke when it's there. It's free smoke. Go ahead and take it. You know what I mean? People at home, what you worried that Carl Anthony Towns is going to step up and win the MVP one year? That don't even sound right. And that shit don't even happen in 2K. Okay, like when you ever do a 2K sim and Carl Anthony Towns the MVP, they don't even think that.
Nobody thinks that, dog.
They be putting 50-year-old LeBron be the MVP before they put Carl Anthony Towns as league MVP. I ain't never heard somebody say, you know who won by my league? The Timberwolves. That don't ever happen, dog. Like,
oh Lord.
It's always free smoke. It's always free smoke on the Timberwolves, and especially Carl Towns. Because I promise you, in 2 months, he's gonna do something again that's gonna make us laugh at Carl Towns again. Free smoke. This is off season. He ain't even doing nothing yet. Wait till he start playing basketball again, Cove. Like,
oh Lord.
Wait, we need, this is great. This is great. Shout out to our people who watch in Minnesota, man. I hope y'all have a sense of humor about this situation.
We sorry, Minnesota. We sorry.
Y'all just got the two dudes. Like, it's not Minnesota. I think Minnesota is fine. The city itself is fine. It's just y'all got Kirk Cousins and Carl Anthony Towns. Like, the free smoke is. I ain't never gonna have to be worried about being wrong on the playoff game betting against those two. Like, it's never gonna come back to bite me. It's free credit. Like,
listen, man, I ain't saying you wrong, and I'm not saying it's not funny because it is, but I am saying I'm sorry, Minnesota. We're not gonna stop making these jokes.
Yeah, man. Kirk Cousins, it's we ain't even gotten into the funny Kirk Cousins portions. And you know what's like even worse for them? They happen at the same time, right? Because like right around December is when you start making fun of Kirk Cousins, and that's about the same time that like the All-Star race starts happening. You start hearing cat chirp, and then he does something embarrassing. Like, it's just. You know
what's crazy? You know what's crazy about Cat? Cat have a game where he had like 50, and like not even like hyper efficient 50. Like, he was hitting everything and cooking. And then like the next game, you watch him, and he getting hunted on D. Every time he try to guard somebody, he get hunted. Guys blowing by him, just cooking them. It's just I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Cat. I really don't.
Yeah, like people on offense call ISO with Cat gets on defense with them. Like they like that's ISO. It'd be a point guard want to ISO a Carl Towns like in the post.
It's like, come on, bro. He can't do nothing.
There is something to say about. I think Draymond Green said it. Look, half of playing basketball is you got to look the part, because if you don't, people will try shit on you that they otherwise would never try, or somebody that they thought they could hoop. And Carl Anthony Towns, is something about him makes people try blatantly disrespectful shit on him all the time. And the worst thing is that it'd be successful. Like, remember when him and Embiid had that little beef?
That wasn't no beef, dog.
That was an ass whipping. That was assault. Okay.
I always think about that photo of him trying to post up DeMarcus.
I don't know what to do. Like, it's not Minnesota's fault. The people don't deserve this, but these are the people who are going to be hurt because you just happen to employ Carl Towns and Kirk Cousins. I'm glad I don't watch baseball. Like, I don't know if they got a Carl Towns equivalent for the Twins. Like,
the Twins won in the division. They won in their division, I think. So good for them. Good for the Twins.
Good for the Twins, man. I like Kirby Puckett. Like,
Good for the Twins.
Yeah.
I just remember the Timberwolves
Justin
got Rudy
Morneau,
Gobert.
wasn't he a long time there? Oh, yeah. Rudy Gobert. They keep pairing the most comedic pairs too with him on the Timberwolves. Like, that's the thing that makes it funny. That's why the Timberwolves are the funniest team in sports, because it's not just enough that they have Karl Towns. It's like, oh, we got Andrew Wiggins. Okay, at the most funny Andrew Wiggins moment. And then we add in, oh, you know who Cat's homeboy is? You know this guy that people have a hard time respecting because, like, for whatever reason, you know who his best friend is? D-Lo. Okay, like,
hey, don't get me
who got
started.
kicked out of the Lakers locker room?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that.
For snitching on Kobe. Okay, like,
No, what? No, that snitching on Swaggy P. Kobe had
oh,
nothing
he
to do with
snitched on
that.
Swaggy P while Kobe was in the room.
Kobe
Kobe made
was
the
just
decision.
like, Kobe
Gotta get him out of here. Yup. Snitching. Like, that's his best friend. The dude who's known for snitching. His best friend is Basketball Gunner. Okay, like.
All right. That is a good place to end this video.
I could have said Basketball 6'9". That would have been more disrespectful. All right, but that's
a good place to stop.
And then they get rid of them. They get rid of Andrew Wiggins. They get rid of D-Lo. We gonna be respectable. That's why we're trading 45 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert, who's the only dude in the NBA people respect less than Cat. Like, what?
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna cap. I do not respect Rudy Gobert at all. I'm sorry.
Nobody does. Nobody does.
Don't.
Rudy Gobert out here trying to tell Anthony Edwards what to do. Everybody respects Anthony Edwards. That's the crazy thing. They have Anthony Edwards. We got to talk about Cat, man. Everybody respects Anthony Edwards. Most respectable dude in the NBA. Daps up people at press conferences. Got him playing next to Cat and Rudy Gobert. What do y'all do? And the same thing happens on the football field. Because you know who Kirk Cousins throws the ball to?
Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. And by the way, Brandon Addison is up next. Jordan Addison is up next. Okay.
Yep.
Like,
he's cold. That man is cold.
But it's
Kirk
Kirk.
Cousins.
So we can't take it serious. We can't appreciate it because it's Kirk out there. The same way we can't appreciate Anthony Edwards because Cat's on the team, dog. Like, it's Cat's team still. Like,
hey, that is not Cat's team no more.
It's
not Carl Anthony Towns' team. It's not their team, dog.
All I know is that team don't belong to who it's supposed to. It's supposed to be Anthony Edwards. It's supposed to be the Ant-Man's team. Remember when that team had a little bit of the Ant-Man's identity? They won a play-in game.
Ooh, Anthony Edwards gonna be cold in the Lakers. I'm telling you right now.
I can't wait till he get a new team, dog. Like, I can't wait for him and Zion to be on different teams. Like, I cannot wait for those two to go to teams that I can actually watch. Like, that's no disrespect to the Pelicans. It's just something about them jerseys make me not want to watch them. But that's a great place to end this video that was about football. I swear to God, it was about football.
Tell you, we need a producer. We need a producer.
Man, we get off script here, man. We be running the Johnny Manziel plays. But that's gonna be it for today. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section. Minnesota fans, I'm sorry, man. I don't want y'all to be furious at me, but y'all gotta understand the comedic potential in which you are sitting on. Like, I would have to believe that you are self-aware enough to understand that your team, your city's best players are just hilarious. But at least you got the Ant-Man. You know what I mean? Like, just you got the Ant-Man and you got Justin Jefferson for now. For now. You know? Like,
Why you do that? Why you do that?
because you know they leaving. Like, they gonna hang on to Kirk Cousins as long as they can. Justin Jefferson gonna end up on like the Chiefs. Okay, like and Edwards going to end up on the Lakers once LeBron retire. Like, we know what's about to go down. We know. We all know. But they got him right now. And that's all that matters.
Oh, that matters.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It don't matter anything else. Y'all have a great day.